Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of your girl Lala's Kitchen. Tonight I'm making fried fish and colored lo mein. So starting off in my garden, I'm picking some herbs. Here is my Mexican mint. This will be one of my spices that I will be using. So I'm just grabbing a few leaves, not much. And this you can use in any dish that you're making. So let's move on. Let me show you my hibiscus flower. So pretty, beautiful flower. So pretty, look at this. So we're going to pick some parsley, some fresh parsley from the garden. And the parsley, I had it in a pot, but it was not doing so well. I've transplanted it now into this bed, and it has put on new growth, and I'm so excited about that. And I won't have to buy parsley at the store, so I'm excited. Here are my amaranths, doing quite well after a shower of rain. And I love when the rain falls. The plants, they look so much better. So now we're off to get one of our main ingredients for our dish. Now over here, we're heading towards our collard green. And I love growing collard greens. For some reason, they do very well in Florida. I have no complaints about these collard greens. I planted one root last year and it did so well. Actually, I planted many seeds, but one of them actually stuck around, and I got food from it like how many times. And I've planted these from small seedlings. And they're doing quite well. All I've done to it is give it some water, and also I give it some organic fertilizer. And I think I've put the organic fertilizer once, and they're doing well. I'm excited. One of my best grown crop. So I am excited. And I'm not a big fan of collard greens. I prefer the amaranths, the callaloo. But hey, you use what you have. And the bugs really don't bother these things here. In Florida, the bugs don't be bothering with your collard greens. They will leave it alone. But as for your bok chow and your lettuce, or your spinach, oh my goodness, the bugs, they destroy that in days. So I would say grow your collard greens in Florida. So I'm just picking from the bottom up. I'm picking the leaves off the stem from the bottom up, and you won't hurt this plant by picking from the bottom up. Just leave the center of the plant and it will always put out new leaves. Okay, so I'm just going to take from one plant tonight for my dish. Look how healthy these leaves look. As you can see, I've left just a few leaves on there, and in no time they will grow back. So I'm just making a quick stop. I'm just trying to see if there are any beans on here. Maybe just a few. So these are my purple beans. I'm just gonna throw them in my pot as well. And this bed is not doing so well. I think the soil, it's not a good drainage in my soil. I need to maybe redo this bed. Maybe just add some compost soil, because it's like so much sand in this bed. So the plants are kind of like struggling. As you can see, I had one good crop from it. I did. I've harvested a lot of beans from it a few weeks back. But for some reason, they're struggling to put out, new blossoms. So I don't know if I should just root up the plant or leave it to see what will happen. So we'll watch it for another week or two. See, here are the other collard greens that I've had from last year. This plant in particular from last year, and the other one I'm about to show you. I've been just picking from them bottom up, and as you can see, the plant just keep getting taller and taller and just puts out new leaves. So you can pick as many, as long as you keep watering it, you'll be fine. The plant will be fine. So this tomato plant I want to show you, I came out a couple days ago and I saw that right after the rain, look at this. The worms, the caterpillars, they got into my tomato. I could not believe it. They got into the tomatoes, guys. These worms, they make holes into my tomatoes. These are the pear-shaped yellow cherry tomato variety. And I love these, very sweet. I'm gonna toss these into my pot as well. Here are some more. And I've said before many times, these tomatoes, they don't really make it to my salad. I just go ahead and eat them. Wow, look at these tomatoes doing well. With these. And like I said before in my previous video, now is the time to get your tomato plants in Florida. Because if you wait for April, May, you're not going to get tomatoes. Guys, I've definitely proved it. I've planted my tomatoes last year. They blossomed, but no tomatoes. It was so hot in Florida. So now is the time to plant if you're going to reap some tomatoes. Okay? Over here, I'm going to pick me some cayenne pepper to drop in my dish. And these are very mild peppers, not too hot. And I've harvested quite a few peppers from this plant. So I'm inside with my freshly picked vegetables, and I'm giving them a good wash in salt water. And the salt water will wash off any bugs that I did not see or any dirt off the leaves. So I'm giving them a very good wash, getting them ready to cook. Now here is my washed vegetables. Look how pretty. Look at the colors. Yellow and purple and green. Very beautiful. It's a very satisfying feeling to plant something and to actually reap what you have sown for your own consumption. Because you definitely know what you put in it, how you grow it. Okay? So here are my fish for tonight's dinner. These fish were caught by my husband in Pompano Beach. And I'm not certain the name for these fish. I think it could be pinfish. Can you please, if anyone knows the correct name, you can comment down below. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I've cleaned them up. I've seasoned them with my Maggi seasoning. The reason for Maggi is it will give the fish a good color when it's fried, and the fish will not be easily burnt. So my fish is ready to be cooked. So I've gone ahead and set on my noodles so they will be cooked ahead of time. And I've also set on my frying pan, and I'm getting this ready for my fish. Nice and hot. So now I believe it's time for me to pour in my olive oil. My pot is very hot right now. So I'm getting ready to put in my first fish. Add some more oil in there. Here are my fish, marinated a little bit in the seasoning, ready to be fried. Turning my stove down a little bit, just a little bit too hot. I don't want my fish to be burnt. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip my fish so the other side can cook. I'm back again for that Scotch bonnet pepper. It's gonna add some more flavor to my fish. I've got me a nice yellow pepper tonight. Look at that color. So here's my fish. Here's that pepper. One piece. Another piece. So that's going to add so much flavor to my fish. So now I'm checking on my noodles and they are ready. So I'm going to bring them to the sink and give them a quick wash. So just to cool it down, I'm giving the noodles a quick wash. Okay guys, so we're on to our final step in tonight's dinner. So here are my fish, nicely done. My chopped vegetables. I've added some red onions. And we're just gonna saute these down. Here is my pot. Love to use this pot. Gives me a very good result. I'm adding some extra virgin olive oil. And now I'm going to add in my vegetables. Now the key is you have to stir your vegetables while it sautés because you don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pot and burn. You have to consistently stir your vegetables, okay? That's the key. And also make sure you adjust your temperature in that it's not too hot to burn your vegetables. So now I'm adding a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of onion powder. A teaspoon of garlic powder. And also I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of the Badia complete seasoning. So now I'm going to add a piece of butter because I love the taste that butter adds to your dish. It's more of a creamy taste. And now I'm going to mix everything all together. So now I'm going to mix up my powder seasoning, my butter. I'm going to mix it well into my veggies. And remember, I'm going to keep stirring this because I do not want it to be burnt, okay? I don't like the burnt flavor in any dish. It does not taste well. So I'm going to keep stirring. I'm going to make certain that my temperature is not too high. Now I've added my noodles. I'm going to mix in my noodles with my veggies. Again, stir, stir, stir. You see how separated my noodles are because I've washed them. And that's one of the key to your noodles when you're making lo mein or sauteed noodles. You need to give it a nice cold wash after you have taken it off your stove. And that will give your noodles that nice separated look and feel and taste. It's not all gluey and stick together. Okay? Now I'm going to add in some soy sauce because as you have noticed, I've not used any other sodium in my dish so far other than what's in my Badia seasoning. So I'm going to sprinkle some soy sauce over my noodles. And then I'm going to mix it all up with my veggies. And my noodles just going to keep giving it a nice good stir until it's done. I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. And it's looking so beautiful already. Can't wait to dig in. Finally, I'm done. My noodles are cooked. Dinner is served. Now, thank you so much for joining me on my journey from my garden to my kitchen. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, press the notification bell to be one of the first to know when my next video is out. Thank you so much. See you next time.